What's up, everybody? It's Jay, and welcome back to Geezys Playbook. Today, we have a special edition of Geezys Playbook. Tonight, we have the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Oregon Ducks. The winner moves on to play Miami in the national championship. Indiana's balanced offense, elite third down efficiency, and strong offensive line and low turnover rate are going to be the key strengths for them to get this victory and move on to the national championship. While Oregon's chances lies in adjusting their defense to stop Indiana's run game and utilizing explosive passing plays. They have to make banger plays, as I call them. They have to be pick, pop, and make a banger of an execution when they do it. I know that's a real Gen Z terminology, but it's the only way people really understand it. Potentially benefiting from improved health and Indiana's slight vulnerabilities in deep coverage against mobile quarterbacks. So, we shall see. We shall see. Expect Indiana to control the clock and the ground game. I'm just looking at some of my notes over here. But Oregon's athletic upside and potential defensive adjustments will make it a close contest in the eyes of analytics, with many favoring Indiana to win, which, can you blame them? Indiana's strengths and keys to victory. They obviously have a very balanced offense. They rely on a strong run game. They're over 220 yards a game. I mean, they ran for 250 against Alabama. On top of that, you have great, efficient, and executed passing that keeps them out of long third downs where that run game can actually just ground and pound to get to where they need to. Speaking of third downs, they have elite third down efficiency. They have converted over 56% of their third downs controlling time of possession. That is huge to always control the time of possession. They have a favorable matchup against Oregon's defensive front with their offensive line. Their offensive line is massive. They move effectively, efficiently, and as a unit. So these are all pluses, obviously, for the University of Indiana. They rank highly in minimizing mistakes. They're only third in turnovers and third in penalties in the entire country. Third in turnovers and third in penalties. If you play mistake-free ball, it's hard to be beat. They have to beat you within the trenches. So definitely watch out. As long as they keep the turnover margin down, win the turnover game, and make sure they aren't penalized a lot, it could be a bigger victory than the 3.5 point spread. And then obviously, man, you got the Heisman winner, Fernando Mendoza. He can extend plays with his legs and designated quarterback runs which could cause a wrinkle on top of the fact that he runs great play action. He's got a good arm and he plays very effective. These are all key reasons why Indiana could win this game. But in the same breath, these are reasons why Oregon could win this game. They have athletic upside and adjustments. They have more raw talent and are motivated for revenge, aiming to fix the issues from the Week 7 loss to Indiana. They have explosive passing. They have a faster track at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and healthy receivers could unlock explosive plays. I'm assuming in the notes I took when I was taking these notes, I'm talking about the actual field because it's inside as opposed to Oregon's field outside. I could be wrong, man. That's the good thing about analytics. We're all wrong. Difference is I admit when I'm wrong. Improved defensive look. They've been running new cover 3 schemes that aim to limit Mendoza to try to force turnovers. Like I said, they're third in turnovers. You have to force turnovers to defeat Indiana. They have an elite run defense. They rank 8th in broken tackles allowed, limiting free yards on the ground. Indiana, as soon as they hit someone against Alabama, felt like they bounced off of them. You have to tackle the ball carrier, especially to a team that gives up 200 yards or rushes for 220 or more a game. Now we need to go into matchup dynamics now that we broke up each team. Offense versus defense. Indiana's methodical drives versus Oregon's potential to force quick scores through big plays. Indiana likes to pound the time of possession. Oregon could let it fly on some flea flicker-esque type play. We all know they got trick plays up their sleeve and could tie the game in the blink of an eye. Then the trenches battle comes in. Indiana's O-line, which is massive, versus Oregon's D-line, which is massive, is crucial. Indiana's success will rely on winning this battle. They have to win the upfront battle, especially if they're relying on 220 plus yards a game. It was a slugfest when they played Oregon last time. Don't know why they did that. Definitely paid the power bill. They have to rely on that. The rematch factor, you got to play it in here. It is hard to beat the same team twice. This year, Bama played Georgia the first time, lost, beat them in the SEC championship. Oklahoma beat Bama first, lost to them in the playoff. Georgia beat Ole Miss first, lost to them in the playoff. This is a rematch. Can Indiana break the rematch curse? It's going to be huge. Oregon's motivation to overcome their only loss, but Indiana's coaching staff has to adapt to making the same tweaks too, which I think they will. Indiana's third down conversion versus Oregon's third down defense. They both rank within like the top 20 in the nation on both. That is key. Limit the third downs, limit the turnover margin. You have to win the trench battle in this game. Break down into most predictions. Most analysts lean toward Indiana to win. Why wouldn't you? Have the Heisman winner. You just beat Alabama by 35. You beat Ohio State already, and you're undefeated. And you've already beaten Oregon. But it's a narrow margin of 3 to 6 points. Everyone cites the same execution, coaching, trench battle, and offensive line performance. This is going to be a great game. You have a team in Oregon who has always feel like they're on the cusp with Dan Lanning and have not been able to propel. They got blew out by Ohio State last year. They've already lost to this team this year. Oregon is coming out ready to go. They have nothing to lose and only upside to gain. They already have the best uniforms in the game. Their NIL fund is insane. They want a national championship. Dan Lanning, another Saban coaching tree. Anyone in the playoffs that's remaining is under a Saban coaching tree. Wants that national championship. 100% wants that national championship. Who doesn't? I have to go with Indiana. I cannot go against who I've been voting with this entire time. I have to go with Indiana. I decided to go against Indiana against Alabama and was proven wrong. I went with Indiana against Ohio State and was proven right. I have to go with Indiana defeating Oregon. They broke the teams with the bye streak that actually won their game. Were 1-7 in the 12-team playoff. Indiana broke that streak. I think Indiana breaks the same streak today on playing a team for a second time in the season and losing. It's going to be a great game. I have Indiana defeating Oregon and moving on to the national championship. Your national championship will be the Indiana Hoosiers versus the Miami Hurricanes. Yeah. Thank you for everyone who watched. Like, comment, subscribe. The TikTok is at WestGeezyJ, WestGeezyJay. The Instagram is at GEEZYS_playbook, Geezys Playbook. Thank you all for everything. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll break this down into smaller content. And I should have another YouTube video up today on the analysis of the game last night. And boy, was that a good game between Miami and Ole Miss. Peace.